Yep, they're
For
good.
not.
Not.
Do I have anything in my teeth? Nuts, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Well, hello. This is our very first video broadcasting thing. This is we're not exactly sure what we're doing. We know we will become very rich and famous.
We have a lot to talk about. We have a lot to say.
We have so much. Oh, that's my phone.
That's not important.
Should I leave it?
Yeah, leave it.
Okay. The first of which is we need names. We need names for our little
Video.
Our
Our
little adventure.
Mhm.
Our little we could be Itsy and Bitsy.
Keep going.
We could be Itsy and Bitsy.
All
We
right.
could be Itchy and Scratchy.
That's not related to it. That's not related. I don't know where you got that
Hoity
from.
toity. I thought that was hysterical.
Hoity and toity.
Hoity and
Well,
toity.
who's who?
Well, I don't know. That would have to be up to our audience to decide.
Okay. Well, those are our choices, so we'll go from there. We have to sleep on that. I have to sleep on that.
Separately.
Yeah, not together.
I'm just sleep on that separately.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll come up with a name.
We will. We'll come up with a name. But in the meantime, you might want to, comment on what you think we should be.
Yep.
I kind of like hoity and toity.
I do too.
But then
Although
there was
that
whole I'm
sounds
hotter.
so, I don't know, hoity-toity, right?
Yeah. Too hoity and too
All right,
toity.
we'll think
Well, here's the
about that.
thing. When we're together, there's somebody. I think I might have landlines. Just say it.
Oh God, no.
Okay.
All right. Well, so the reason we're doing this is because we we have a lot.
Issues.
We have a lot of issues. We have a lot of thoughts on life.
Yes,
we have
we do.
we have
We've
a
been
lot
through
of
a lot.
we have a lot of answers to a lot of life's problems.
Well, between us, we have 103 years of experience.
Exactly. Oh, that's
saying.
yeah. Just saying. We think we can solve a lot of the world's problems.
I think we can.
Yeah.
Well, and if not the world's problems, at least one or two of ours.
Right. And we would be happy
a
with
couple of yours.
Right. We'd be happy with that if we could solve one or two of ours.
Yeah, yeah.
But
And so through when we try and figure all that out, when we try and get through the day,
which is challenging to say the
it is
least.
very challenging to say the least.
Mhm.
Some of you know what I'm talking about. We come up with code, and we come up so we can communicate without actually saying things, and we come up with
Things.
mottos, not mottos, but
Yeah, little sayings.
little things that help us through the day.
Right.
Like some of these, look before backing up. Remember that one?
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
Remember that one, Lou?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Always look before you back up.
Yeah.
In any situation.
And you know what? That sounds a little untoward. Look before you back up. Remember that, Lou?
Oh, well.
Yeah.
We can
Shh,
edit
don't
that.
answer that, Lou.
Okay.
Okay. Coffee is the bestie's best friend. I think
Coffee is the best. Yes, I don't remember that one, but I agree with it.
keep calm and carry on. And there's a signal with that.
That's our famous motto. Keep calm and carry on.
And the other
I
one's
mean,
having
that-
a
yeah.
hissy fit.
Yes, we just, it kind of refocuses us,
Here's one. Slow down, or you may
What is it?
slow down, or you may end up headbutting a buzzard's ass.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you want to explain that one?
Well,
Or?
I have a friend who we both ride motorcycles, and I have a friend who motorcycle rides, and she was out on a new bike, and off in the distance on the street, on the road, she saw something, and she kept going, and the closer she got, the more she realized it was a buzzard, and it started to take off, and she kind of was rolling back on the throttle, but it wasn't going fast enough, and she
Right in the
headbutted
head.
it right in the butt.
And we have a lot of interaction with birds,
We
but
do.
we'll get to that at another time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Problem solved?
Problem solved.
Yep.
Yep. Things are a lot easier than we think sometimes. And all of a sudden it just comes to us. And when it does, we have a little problem solved. I like this one here.
Pedal, bestie, pedal.
Yes.
Pedal, bestie, pedal.
Right. When, you know what? When the dark cloud's sneaking up on you, you'd better pedal.
I gotta
You know.
wipe my nose. Hold on.
I got my tissue
There we
before
go.
we started. Yeah, that's what pedal best. Yeah, you want to, when things are creeping up on you, you better start pedaling as fast as you can.
Okay, that's right. Here's
Yeah.
one.
Oh. And when things are creeping up on you and you can't get away from them, slit.
Slit. I'm telling you.
And
Now here's the thing. So here we have keep calm, carry on, and
for when we can't.
for when we can't.
Mhm.
So this is A slicing motion, we're just going to read the definition.
Yeah,
that we have.
okay.
A slicing motion across the throat to indicate you would rather slit your own throat than continue with what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And if a bestie has been forced into this communication by difficult or less than desirable circumstances, it is by order of the queen that the unaffected bestie respond with number 6.
Number 6 is the famous one.
So if I were to go, bestie would have to do. That's right. There you
That's
go.
our
Just
signal.
saying. And these are. It's too bad we don't know them.
Yeah,
enough
well,
for
we'll add those as we have many of our little sayings and codes, but
But I think this one is recent and new and
as
so
of this
like a
evening.
baby.
Well, I've been having a lot of short issues lately, as you well know. That happens on a daily basis, and even to get a glass out of the cabinet, it's a
You have to get a
big
ladder.
It's
We
a-
have to get ladders.
It's a big production,
It's an alien world, my
It
friend.
is. It is.
For
It
those
is.
of
You're
us
right.
under 5 feet
And-
tall.
And as I was saying the other day, short is not short.
No.
And petite is not petite. You go to buy clothes.
It's not petite either.
It's not. No. And so we have discovered that short is a way of life,
Short is a way of life.
and we need to embrace it.
we are. Well, we do.
We do. We embrace it. We try. We try.
And here's the thing. You know what? I think this sums up what all of this is going to be about.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Well, explain that to
Well,
me.
short is a way of life. In other words, we're going to be including you in our life experience.
Which
short.
I hope it's not too short.
Bestie, that doesn't make sense. But don't you think that's short is a way of life? We're going to be, that's
Well,
our life. So we're going to be sharing.
We're two short people that encounter the same problems and issues because of our stature.
Well, and
and-
sometimes I'm not sure if it's because of our stature.
Oh, no.
Like this.
Well, that's true.
I don't know. Do you think that's because we're short?
No, that's other issues.
Okay.
That could
Anxiety,
coffee in the morning,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But
Yeah.
we'll get to that on
Fiber.
another. Yeah.
But anyway.
So, but short, short is challenging. It's very challenging. How many times have we had to clear the bottom shelf at the grocery store and stand up and reach?
In the freezer. You got to hang on to the freezer handle and kind of do a lunging motion
You
with your
do.
foot and get up there and down quickly so you don't break anything.
And so really,
right?
short is a dangerous way of life.
It's extremely
At times.
challenging. It's
At
dangerous.
times it can be dangerous. You're
very,
right.
very, very
And
dangerous.
it has
not to be embraced or taken on by the weak-hearted.
No. Well, most short people are not weak-hearted. We must be strong because we
Must
are
be strong.
because
Our
we are
shirt-
short.
I wish I had a
Oh, we-
jacket on so I could put my hand in there like Napoleon, but
Yes.
I don't.
So anyway, that's where we're at.
That's where we're at.
We have a lot of
We
things
do.
to.
And
to-
what kinds of things do you think we'll be talking? Well, first of all, you know what? Bestie has, not Bestie, root canal coming up. We're gonna
we're
film
gonna do a little.
because
First
it's one of my
ever.
fears. Yeah, one of my fears.
Never had one before. I'm not looking forward to it.
No. I have a colonoscopy in my future.
Well, I do too, but I'm
not
going
sure
to do the
we're
root
gonna-
canal first.
Okay, yeah.
That's right now. That's more of an issue is the root
Yeah.
canal. But
well,
I'm
you could
not.
film, not my colonoscopy, obviously, but the anxiety
Yeah.
prior.
Oh, it's going to be. It's.
And then maybe we could talk
No,
about
we
that.
could. We could. And
Yeah.
I scheduled it for 9 a.m. so I could just get in there and get it over with. I don't do well with the whole dentist thing.
Yeah, I don't either.
Most people don't when you're a
No.
little older, like we are.
All right, like
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
So that's something we'll have to
We're
discuss
gonna-
in
we're
the
gonna-
future.
we're gonna
And we need
discuss-
to discuss this whole issue of putting makeup in the morning, on in the morning.
I want the Jetson machine. I've said it before. I'll
Me,
say it again.
George
I want to
Jetson.
stick my face in, hit a button.
Yeah, because
On
I'm
Pacific.
now that I'm
Oh,
actually wearing makeup, like I used to wear it, but now I know how to put it on the proper way. I have to build a whole 15 minutes
I
more
wish I
into
would
my
have known
schedule.
you when you put it, and you didn't know how to put it on.
No, I didn't.
What'd you do with it?
Oh, I put it on, but it wasn't proper. So yeah, it didn't look right. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure there's pictures of me out there somewhere
we're
with
gonna
it.
have to-
So
good.
now
We'll
it's
find
like 15 extra minutes in the morning to get this properly applied.
I'm
And
telling you, I
those
know.
dark winter mornings, that's a whole nother story because you don't want to be putting it on in the dark, and
It's
then
bad.
when you get to where you're going, it's like.
And
so-
what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about
We're gonna talk-
our motorcycle gear.
Well, of course, we have to talk about riding.
Yeah, yeah.
And how, like this morning, we both thought we would ride to school today, but putting all that stuff on sometimes.
Well, especially when you have to put on your makeup.
Yeah, and then you
It's
get
like
your
you put
hair
on
done, and now now that Bessie has short hair, she's feeling the pain that I go through. You know, when you have long hair, I guess, I've never had long hair, you pull it back in a
great.
ponytail and you get your helmet on and you're done.
Yeah.
You get there, you take it off, you look the same. When you have short hair, it's very
It
challenging.
looks like you've been asleep it
It
looks like
does.
you have bedhead
Right.
when you take your helmet
Right.
off.
And, you know,
It's very scary. And even when, you know how when you put, like when you get ready in the morning and you look at yourself and you go, and then you put makeup on and you go,
right.
makeup makes all the difference.
It does.
Well, when you have your hair all squished down, it's kind of the same thing. It's
You
like,
could have the best
you could
makeup
have
on in the world and it just wouldn't matter. So, we're going to have to check that out. I hope it's not catching.
So what else? Holidays are coming up. We're going to discuss
Uh-huh.
food and family.
Right, and traditions. I'm sure we have a lot of interesting traditions.
Heard
For
one
example,
tonight. Yeah. We
Thanksgiving,
can't tell.
the
Can't say it.
turkey hat.
Okay, but don't tell 'em.
Never mind. Well, I'm not going to tell them what it is,
Oh, okay, don't tell them.
but that's a Forbes family tradition, the turkey hat.
Yeah. I don't, what the saddest part is, I don't think I have any family traditions from growing up.
Oh, I don't either. We were a non-tradition. Well, we were traditional, but we didn't have traditions. Does that make any sense?
Well, you know what? It has to be funny to be funny.
Well, there you go,
It's
then.
kind of like we were a
Yeah.
traditional, non-traditional family
Right.
without traditions.
Right. We had a lot of favorite foods. I mean,
Yes,
that we would have every
rutabaga.
year. That
I love rutabaga.
that must be a Minnesota thing. Don't think I've ever had rutabaga. Don't think I ever want to have rutabaga.
Well, I'm from Minnesota originally, and of course, Bestie's from New Jersey.
Yes, of course. I'm a Jersey girl, you know.
Oof,
So
tough
we're
crowd.
tough. You
Tough.
better believe it.
We're
You
tough.
know.
So we're going to talk about holidays. We're going to talk about
holidays.
hair. We're going to talk about
Motorcycles,
makeup, teeth.
Teeth.
As we have physical issues, we're going to, we're going to take you along those little rides with us.
Right.
Down our paths.
Right.
Even our faith journey, we have.
Oh yes, we're still riding on that faith journey. We're
Yeah.
still
Riding the wave.
journeying.
Journeying
yeah,
on.
which I think is an endless journey. You know, till the end. I guess. I don't know.
Short is a way of life.
Shortest way of life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
Mhm. But
And we'll
there's-
get into that. This is like this is our hello.
And every
So.
day that we encounter something new that we need to bring up and discuss, and I think a part of this is we wonder if there's anyone out there that actually thinks the way we do.
You know what? I think that's the biggest thing because
Yeah.
we seem to look at each other. Like the other day, we were at a meeting and our eyes met, and we started laughing immediately. I had to hide. I
Right,
had to
we couldn't
hide
even
behind
look at
two
each
big
other.
people.
Because we just, these thoughts come into our head, and I'll tell you a thought I had just before when I went to the bank. You know, ShopRite, that's another issue of mine, ShopRite.
Yeah, grocery stores.
God, grocery stores. Well, sometimes when I'm going to the bank, which is right next to ShopRite, if I make a mistake and forget and I drive along the front of ShopRite,
Yeah.
I just, you know how you have to stop every like 20 feet? You know, there's a stop sign, let the people cross. I just want to run those people over. It's like, I am in a hurry.
Let the people cross. You know what this reminds me of? I was once at the train station in New York. What's that place called?
Penn Station?
With a delightful friend who lives in England, who will probably view this eventually one day. And we were sitting on a bench, and this poor homeless woman walked by, and she looked at me in her wonderful English accent, and she said, "What is it about the homeless? Must they always shuffle?" I'm like, well, you would too if you lived in a cold box
I
for
guess
like
so.
on the street for.
So
but you know, you had to wait for people to walk by.
Well, and the thing is,
Really?
years ago, you know, a car meant something. Like, you weren't gonna walk in front, like, if you started crossing the street and you saw cars coming, you would stop. But now, you know, with
People don't even look now.
no, people just
They just-
assume, the law is you have to
I'm a
yield to
pedestrian.
pedestrian. Yeah. So, you know what? But you better watch out, because me and my little turbo VW, I might just decide
Hit
that
the turbo way. We have a lot of things
So
to talk
until
about.
the next time.
Well, wait a minute. We have one more thing.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to have a signature goodbye.
Right. A sign off, so to
Now,
speak.
do you remember what I told you I thought it should be? But I don't know if we weren't actually prepared to do that. We'd have to stand up
Oh.
and move things and sit back down.
Yeah, but I don't.
And we can try that.
Well, we could.
We can try different things, and then people can tell us or until we think we find something that we think is perfect.
Okay.
Should we try this one?
We could try this one.
All right.
I don't remember it, so you'll have to.
All right, we'll move your
you know,
chair out of the
have
way. Stay in
Yeah.
the way. Ready?
Okay.
All right, well, so that's it for now. Talk to you later. Bye.
I can't get down there. I'm supposed to go on it.
It's supposed to get all the way down.
Well, I guess we'll have to try that
we'll
one
try it
again.
Next time we'll have that down pat.
Okay.